Hello friends, I'm Maunika. Hope you all are good and safe. Welcome back to Learn HTML. Happy to see you all again in this HTML course. A warm welcome to you all. In previous video, we discussed how to code tabular data in HTML web page, right? We achieved this by using table tag, right? With the help of table tag, we achieved this functionality. And finally, we discussed two attributes, row span and call span. We discussed the purpose of row span and call span attributes, right? These steps we discussed in previous video. So if you don't know these steps or if you didn't watch my previous videos, I will provide links of my previous videos in description box. Kindly check over there. I request you to watch my previous videos because if you watch my previous videos, you can get a better continuity over here. Okay, let's enter into today's content. Before entering into today's content, if you didn't subscribe my channel, kindly subscribe my channel and click the bell icon so that you will receive all notifications of my videos. Okay, without further delay, let's proceed into today's content. This is what the agenda for today. Today we are going to discuss THead, TBody and TFoot tags. T stands for table. So today we are going to discuss table head, table body and table foot tags in HTML. And after discussing these three tags, we are going to discuss some of the deprecated attributes in tables. Deprecated attributes in the sense the attributes which are not in existence. Okay, so we are going to discuss some of the deprecated attributes in tables. So after discussing these two steps, we are going to code exercise number 7. In previous videos, we coded 6 exercises. So in today's video, we are going to code exercise number 7, which includes tables. Okay, so this is what the agenda for today. Okay, now without further delay, let us enter into this first content. T-head, T-body and T-foot tags. T stands for table. We can say table head, table body, table foot tags. Okay. So now T-head. T-head, table head tag is mainly used to code the details which are available in the header section of the table. T-body. T-body is mainly used to code the details which are available in the body section of the table. T-foot is mainly used to code the details which are available in the footer section of the table. So, by these statements, we can understand a table can be categorized into, or we can say a table can be viewed into three sections: header section, body section, and footer section. Okay, whatever the stuffs available in the header section, we will be coding those stuffs by using T-head tag or table head tag. Whatever the stuffs available in the body section, we will be coding those stuffs by using T-body tag or table body tag. Okay, so whatever the stuffs available in the footer section, we will be coding those stuffs by using T-foot tag, or we can say it as table foot tag. Okay, so this is what the main purpose of table head, table body and table foot tags. Okay, so let me explain these three tags practically. So let me open my text editor and web browser, and we can code the header section by using T-header tag, and we can code the body section by using T-body tag, and we can code the footer section by using T-footer tag. Okay, before that I want to explain the header section, body section and footer section of the table. So let me explain in my text editor and web browser. So let me open it. I'm using Sublime Text Editor. As you all know, this is our file, right? Index.html. Okay, so let me open my browser also. This is our file, right? Index.html. In previous class, we coded this table, right? In previous video, we coded this table, right? So in previous video, first we created this simple table. After that, by using row span and call span attribute, we modified this table like this, right? Okay, by using row span and call span attribute, we created this table, right? So to explain T-head, T-body and T-foot tags, we are going to code this table today. Okay, so this table consists of three sections: header section, body section, and footer section. Okay, so this is what header section: serial number, subject, mark 1 and mark 2. So whatever the stuffs available in the header section, we will be coding those stuffs by using THead tag. Okay, header section in the sense the section, okay, the section which is present above the body section, we will be calling it as header section. So this is what body section. Okay, so the section contains some data. Okay, we can call it as body section. Okay, the section present in between header section and footer section, we will be calling it as body section. The section present above the body section, we will be calling it as header section. Okay, similarly the section present below the body section, we will be calling it as footer section. Okay, so these three sections are interconnected. Okay, so the section which is in between header section and footer section, we will be calling it as body section. So this is what body section. Okay, the section which is present above the body section, we will be calling it as header section. Okay, the section which is present below the body section, we will be calling it as footer section. Okay, to code the header section, to code the stuff that are available in the header section, we will be using THead tag. To code the stuffs that are available in the body section, we will be using TBody tag. To code the stuffs that are available in the footer section, we will be using TFoot tag. T stands for table. We can say table head, table body, and table footer. Okay. Now let me explain practically T head, T body, and T foot tags so that you can understand in a better manner. So let me explain how to code this particular table using T head, T body, and T foot tags. Okay, as I said in previous video, to code a particular table, first we need to open table tag, right? So inside a table tag, we need to code the content for table, right? So without a table tag, it's not possible. Okay, so let me open table tag first. Okay, table tag, and let me close it over here. Okay, so if you want to code some tabular data, you need to code within table tags. Okay, that entire data should be wrapped in this particular table tags. Okay, so first you need to open a table tag, and to avoid confusion, you immediately close that particular table tag. If a particular tag is open, that particular tag needs to get closed. So I am closing here. So between opening tag and closing tag, I'm going to code content for tabular data. Okay, now this table consists of three sections: header section, body section, and footer section. Okay, so it is not necessary that a table should contain all the three sections. Okay, if you observe these tables, if you observe this table, you can see this table does not have footer section. So this is what the header section of the table, and this is what the body section of the table. So this table does not contain footer section. If a table does not contain footer section, uh, it is not necessary to use tfoot tag. Okay, here in this table contains all the three sections. In this table we have header section. Okay, in this table we have header section, and in this table we have body section, and in this table we have footer section also. Okay, so with the help of T-head, T-body, and T-foot tags, we can code this particular table. I will explain how to do this. Okay, so this particular table contains all the three sections, right? So to code the stuffs available in the header section, let me open and close the T-head tag. Okay, next, to code the stuffs that are available in the body section, let me open and close the T-body tags. Okay, to code the stuffs that are available in the footer section, let me open and close the T-foot tags. Okay, as I said earlier, this particular T-head tag. T-head tag is used to code the stuffs that are available in the header section of the table. Header section in the sense the section which is present at the top, or we can say the section which is present above the body section. So this is what header section. First, we are going to concentrate on header section. Okay, so in header section, we have only one row, right? One row is dedicated to header section, right? So I'm going to open TR tag. TR stands for table row, as I discussed in previous video. So let me close it over here. Okay, one TR tag is enough because in header section we have only one row, right? So in header section we have four headings, right? In header section we have four headings: serial number, subject, mark 1 and mark 2, right? In header section we have four headings. So let me open for TH tag. TH stands for table heading. Okay. So TH. Let me close it over here. Okay. So similarly, let me copy it for three times. Okay. Okay. Now see. So in header section, I'm having only one row. In one row, I'm having four cells. That's why I'm using 4 th tag here. Okay, so first cell is dedicated to, in header section, first row, first cell is dedicated to serial number, right? So let me code serial number over here. Okay, next, second cell is dedicated to subject, right? So let me code subject here. Third cell is mark 1, right? So mark 1. Fourth cell is dedicated to mark 2. Okay, these steps are available in header section, so that I'm coding these steps inside the T head tag. Okay, so this T head tag helps us to code these steps available in the header section of the table. Okay, by seeing this T head tag, our system will understand these informations are present in header section of the table. Okay, so let me save with Control S. Okay. Let me show in my web browser. You can see the headings. Okay, you can see the headings. So if you want some space, you can allocate by using BR tag, because there is no space, right? Between this table and this table, there is no space. So if you want some space, you can allocate it by using BR tag. BR is one of the self-closing tag we discussed, right? So Control S. Now you can see the heading here. Okay, next. Okay, now we completed header section. Okay, now we completed header section. Now it's time to code for body section. In body section I have 5 rows, right? 1 2 3 4 5. In body section I have 5 rows. So let me open and close. In body section I'm going to code here. Okay, because I want to code the details that are available in the body section of the table. Okay, so I want to open and close 5 TR tags. Why? Because in body section I'm having 5 rows here. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so let me open TR tag and let me close it over here. Let me copy it for remaining 4 times. Okay, as I said earlier, each cell represents data, right? So here in the body section, I have data, right? So here this max is a particular data. This 86 is one particular data. Okay, mark 1. Okay, in mark 1, I have 86. So this is what data. Okay, in body section, each and every cell represents data, right? Okay, what is mean by cell? In previous video, I explained. So cell in the sense, for each row will be calling each column as cell. For each row will be calling each column as cell. Simply you can remember, each and every box will be calling it as cell. Okay, for each row will be, for each row, each column will be calling it as cell. So you, if you take this particular row, we are having 4 columns over here, right? 1 2 3 4. Okay, so each column will be calling it as cell. So this is one cell. Similarly, this max is one cell. Okay, this 86. Okay, this 86 is enclosed in one cell. Okay, this max is enclosed in one cell. 97 is enclosed in one cell. So this is what? Cell. Okay, so here, um, so here each and every row contains 4 cells, right? So each and every row contains 4 cells. Each cell represents data. So I'm going to use TD tag here. TD stands for table data, right? So let me open TD tag. Let me close it over here. Okay. So let me do it for 4 times because there are 4 cells, right? So let me do it here. Okay. Now similarly, I'm going to do for all rows. Okay. Let me paste it here. Okay. Here I have 5 rows. That's why I'm opening 5 TR tags. Okay. Inside a particular row, I'm having 4 cells. Each cell represents data. That's why I'm using TD tag here. Okay. So for first row, I'm going to code. Okay. So in body section, first row. So you cannot say this is first row. This is header section. Okay. So in body section, this is what body section, right? So this is what body section. So in body section, first row, this is what body section's first row. In body section, first row, first cell is allocated to code 1. Okay. In next cell, I'm having data as max. Okay, in next cell, I'm having 86. In next cell, I'm having 97, right? I completed first row. Next, second row. This is what second row, right? So let me code it. So first cell 2, second cell chemistry, right? So let me code it here. Third cell we have 95. Okay. For final cell we are having 67. Okay. Similarly for third row. Okay. So let me code it for third row also. Okay. Next we are having 87. Next I'm having 89, right? Similarly for fourth row, first cell is allocated to 4. Next, biology, right? Okay, these stuffs we discussed in previous video also. So in today's video we are going to concentrate on THead, TBody and TFoot tags. Okay, so that I'm explaining this table. Okay, so 94 now here. Next, final row, first cell is dedicated to 5. Second cell is dedicated to computer science, right? So let me code it over here. Next 75, right? Next 80. Okay, now let me save this and let me show in my browser. You can see. Okay, so far we coded these things alone: header section and body section. Okay, so far we coded header section and body section. Okay, still footer section is pending. Okay, so we can code footer section now. So to code footer section we will be using TFoot tag, right? So we need to code this footer section. To code footer section we will be using TFoot tag. So whatever the stuffs available in footer section we need to code in between TFoot tag, right? So in TFoot tag I have 2 rows. One row is for this total and other row is for average, right? So let me open and close 2 TR tag. Okay, TR, let me close it over here. Similarly, TR, let me close it over here. Okay, now let me code. Okay, in first row I have three cells. Okay, so this is a particular cell and this is a particular cell and this box is particular cell. Okay, so I need to use 3th tag because footer section is heading. Okay, see, header section is also heading. Okay, these stuffs are heading. Okay, and here also we are having headings only. Okay, so the headings present at the top of the table means we will be calling those things as header section. Okay, if the headings present in the bottom means we will be calling it as footer section. Okay, so I'm going to use 3th tag here. Okay, because there are 3 heading. Okay, so let me use 3th tag. Okay, Okay, now, okay, now first cell is dedicated to code total, right? So let me code it over here. Okay, next 439, right? So 439. Next 427. So let me code 427 here. Okay, so control S. Let me show you in my browser. Reload it. You can see. Okay. Next, I'm going to code average. Okay. Similarly, next row. So this row is dedicated to code average, right? So in footer section, in second row, I'm going to code average. So TH stands for table heading. Okay. If a particular cell represents data, you can use TD tag. If a particular cell represents some heading, you need to use TH tag. Okay. So let me close it over here. Similarly, let me open for two more times because there are three headings. Okay, here average. Okay, next here I'm having 87.8. Similarly, here I'm having 85.4, right? So let me save it. Control S. Let me show you. Now average also displayed. Okay, now I want to code the border, right? So to code border, we'll be using border attribute, right? So here I need to use border attribute. Okay, you can specify any value if you want. With the border, if you want the border to be thick, means you can specify some higher value. If the border is to be thin, means you can specify some lower value. Okay, so let me specify some value over here. So 4. Okay, control S. Let me show you in my browser. Now you can see. Okay, now here you can see total covers up to 2 columns. Similarly, average covers up to 2 columns. Okay, so this concept we learned in previous video, row span and call span attribute. So I'm going to use call span attribute because it should cover 2 columns, right? So call span. So the main use of the particular call span attribute is that a particular data should cover up to how many columns. We will be specifying in call span. So let me give value as 2. Similarly for average also. Call span. Okay, value as 2. Control S. Let me show in my browser. Now you can see the exact table. We coded this exact table here, right? So if you want, let me zoom and show you. Okay, we coded this exact table here. Okay, so this is how we need to use THead, TBody and TFoot tags. Okay, this is how you need to use THead, TBody and TFoot tags. The main purpose of THead tag is that whatever the stuffs available in the header section of the table, we will be coding those stuffs by using THead tag. Okay, similarly, whatever the stuffs available in the body section of the table, we will be coding those stuffs by using TBody tag. Similarly, whatever the stuffs available in the footer section of the table, we will be coding those stuffs by using TFooter tag. Sorry, TFoot tag. FOOT. TFoot tag. Okay, so this is what the main purpose of THead, TBody and TFoot tags. Okay, so a table can be categorized into 3 sections, or a table can be viewed as 3 sections: head, body, header, body and footer. So header section, to code header section we will be using THead tag. To code body section we will be using TBody tag. To code footer section we will be using TFoot tag. Okay, so this is what the main purpose of THead, TBody and TFoot tag. Okay, so far we discussed this first concept, THead, TBody and TFoot tags. Now we are going to discuss some deprecated attributes in tables, some of the deprecated attributes in tables. As I said earlier, deprecated attributes in the sense, the attributes which are not in existence. This is what the deprecated attributes. Okay, deprecated attributes means the attributes which are not now in existence. Okay, because uh, we can say these attributes are in existence once upon a time. Once upon a time, this deprecated attributes are in existence, but these deprecated attributes are not now in existence. Okay, so this is what the meaning for this particular word, deprecated attributes. Okay, so let me show some of the deprecated attributes. Okay, so first deprecated attribute is this border. Okay, first deprecated attribute is this border. Okay, why? Because why we are using border? We are using border to style the table, right? To draw some lines there. Okay, for that purpose only we are using border attribute, right? For that purpose only we are using border attribute. So this border attribute doesn't require to code content. Border attribute is required uh, for look and feel of the table, right? Border attribute is not needed to code the content of the table. Okay, so if you remove this border attribute, let me remove this border attribute. See, let me save and show you. You can see the table, right? You can see the content of the table. Okay, so border attribute is not required to code the content of the table. Okay, so what is the purpose of this border attribute is that to make the look and feel of the table in better manner. This is what the main purpose of border attribute. So border is one of the deprecated attribute. Okay, so border decides look and feel of the particular table. So border is one of the deprecated attribute. Okay, now let me explain some other attribute. Okay, let me explain width attribute. Okay, width. Okay, so far this table occupies some width, right? So far this table occupies some width according to content. If the content is larger, if the content is larger, or if the content is big, it will occupy more width. If the content is smaller, it will occupy small width, right? So you can specify width also. Okay, for example, let me specify some width like 50%. Okay, so what this attribute will do is that, okay, so with equal to 50%. So this particular table will occupy 50% of the width of web browser. Okay, 50% of the width of web browser. So now you can see here. Now you can see. Wait, let me save it. Control S. Now you can see our table occupies 50% of the width of web browser, right? So if you want to change the width, you can change. For example, I want my table to occupy 75% of the width of the web browser. Okay, so let me code 75 here. Now you can see it will occupy 75% of the width of the web browser. You can see. If you want your table to occupy 100% of the width of the web browser, means you can specify 100% here. Now here you can see it occupies 100% of the width of the web browser. Okay, so let me specify some 50%. Okay, now you can see, right? So this is what one of the deprecated attribute, because this attribute also decides look and feel of the table, how the table should look. Okay, the table should look small size or in big size. Okay, so this particular attribute also decides look and feel of the table. So this attribute is also deprecated like border. Okay, next one more deprecated attribute. I want this subject. Okay, I want this subject to be aligned in left. So what I'm going to do is that here is that here uh, there is a code for this particular subject, right? So let me use align attribute over here. Okay, let me specify the value as left. Okay, now control S. Let me show you. You can see. Now value is aligned to left, right? If you want this to be aligned in right, you can specify the value as right. Control S. Now you can see this value is in right side of the cell, right? So you can use align attribute. So this attribute also deprecated. Okay, why? Because this attribute also decides the look and feel of a particular content. Okay, so that's why align attribute also deprecated. Next, I'm going to explain two more deprecated attributes: cell padding and cell spacing. First, let me explain cell padding. Okay, so cell padding, the main purpose of cell padding is that, okay, main purpose of cell padding is that it will increase the space between wall of cell and the content. So this is what content, right? Max is the content. So it will increase the space between wall of the cell and the content. So this is what the main purpose of cell padding. Let me show you. So in table, I'm going to add this attribute cell padding. Okay. So for cell padding, let me specify some value. If you want more space, you can specify larger value. If you want uh, small space, you can specify some smaller value. So let me specify 5 over here. So I will show you the difference. So you can see now here the space is increased, right? Here the space is increased. Previously the table is like this. There is no space, right? Between the wall of cell and the content, there is no space, right? So if you want a space between wall of cell and the content, you can use cell padding attribute. Okay, now let me explain cell spacing. If you want space between cells, you can use cell spacing attribute. Okay, let me show you here cell spacing. Okay, so let me code some value 5. If you want more space, you can use larger value. If you want a limited space, you can use some smaller value. Okay, control X. Now you can see there is some space between cells, right? Previously there is no space between cells, right? So this box is a particular cell and this box is a particular cell. If you want some space between cells, we can use cell spacing attribute. If you want some space between content and the wall of the cell, we can use cell padding attribute. Okay, so let me explain one more deprecated attribute, bgcolor. Bg stands for background color. Okay, so for example, I want this total, this cell to be in blue color. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that here there is my content, right? Total. I'm going to specify one more attribute over here, bgcolor. Okay, I'm going to specify the color as blue. Okay, control S. Let me show you. You can see now this cell is in blue color, right? Similarly, I want average to be in red color. So what I'm going to do is that here is a code for average, right? So I'm going to use bg color. Bg color means background color. Okay, so bg color, I'm going to specify red. Control S. Let me show you. Okay, now this is in red color, right? So if the entire table should be in some color means, so where you need to code that attribute here, okay, in the opening tag of table. So let me code some color over here, bg color. So let me code some color like green. Let me show you. The entire table is of green color, right, except this total and average, because I specified blue and red over here. That's why total is in blue color, average is in red color. Okay, the if the entire table should be green means you should remove these two things, because if you specify some attribute specifically or particularly to the content, it will show that particular color only. Okay, so let me remove these color. Control S. Now you can see the entire table will be in green color. Okay, so these attributes are deprecated. Why? Because these attributes decides look and feel of the table. Okay, so without these attributes we can code content of the table. Okay, so HTML means content alone, right? So without these attributes we can code each and every content of the table, right? Without these attributes we can code each and every content of the table. So these 6 attributes, I am specifying some of the deprecated attributes. So these attributes decides look and feel of the table. So look and feel is responsible to presentation layer, right? So with the help of CSS only we need to achieve this functionalities. Okay, so okay, so you need to know these attributes are deprecated because after learning CSS, if you want to achieve this functionality means you need to achieve this with the help of CSS only, because these attributes are not now in existence. Okay, so then why we want to learn this deprecated attributes in the sense, for example, if you are working for a website. Okay, so if you are seeing some old code, okay, old code. Okay, so before the concept of presentation layer has been evolved, they will be doing these styles by using HTML, right? At that time this deprecated attributes will be in existence before the layer of presentation layer has been evolved. After the concept of presentation layer has been evolved, these attributes may be deprecated, right? So before the concept of presentation layer, okay, before the concept of presentation layer, these attributes may be in existence, right? So in old code they may use these deprecated attributes. Okay, so by seeing those old codes, by seeing those old source codes, you need to understand, by seeing those old source codes you need to understand these are deprecated attributes. Okay, you need to understand the function for this attribute. See, border in the sense it will draw the border for the table. You know, you should know. Okay, next, within the sense it will expand or expand the width. Okay, similarly cell padding in the sense it will allocate some space between wall of cell and the content. Similarly cell spacing will will leave some space between cells. Similarly, background BG color attribute is used to specify background color. Similarly, align attribute. So we can, by using align attribute, we can align the text by right, left, or something. Okay, so we need to know these deprecated attributes. By seeing such old source codes, we need to identify the purpose of these deprecated attribute also, because at that time the presentation layer may not be evolved. Okay, may not be evolved. Okay, so after that, after the presentation layer, after the existence of presentation layer, these attributes are deprecated. Okay, why? Because these purposes, or we can say these work, okay, will be done in presentation layer. Okay, so we can learn these things while learning CSS. Okay, so this is what the deprecated attributes, these are some of the deprecated attributes in tables. Okay, so now I completed my agenda. We discussed THead, TBody and TFoot tags. Okay, to code the information available in the header section of the table we'll be using THead tag. To code the information available in the body section of the table we'll be using TBody tag. To code the information available in the footer section of the table we'll be using TFoot tag. And we are discussed some of the deprecated attributes in tables. Okay, so that's all. Table concept is over. Now it's time for exercise. We are going to code one exercise for tables. Okay, so let me show the exercise. So this is what your exercise. Okay, you need to code this particular table in your web browser. I want this table to be displayed in your web browser. So please pause the video and try to code by your own. If you feel any difficulties or if you coded successfully, resume the video and see how I am coding. Okay, it's time to pause the video. It's time for exercise. Okay friends, hope you have coded successfully. Now let me show my code. Okay, So let me show my code. So this is what my code. Okay, as you can see in the title bar there is tables, right? So in the title tag I'm writing tables here. Okay, so now table. Okay, so in the table we are having three sections: header section, body section, and footer section, right? So let me open and close THead, TBody, and TFoot tag. So this is THead tag. That particular THead tag is closed here. This is TBody tag. That particular TBody tag is closed over here. This is TFoot tag. That particular TFoot tag is closed over here. Okay. Now in header section I have only one row, right? So this is what my header section, right? So this is what my header section. I coded only one row. Okay. So TR starts here. TR I'm closing TR over here. TR stands for table row. So in that I have how many columns, how many cells? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? So I'm opening 6 TH tag and I'm closing 6 TH tag over here. Okay, I'm coding serial number in the first cell, and I'm coding product name in the second cell, quantity in the third cell, taxable value in the fourth cell, GST percentage in the fifth cell, total amount in the sixth cell. Okay, now header section is over. Next, body section. In body section I have 5 rows: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let me open 5 TR tags over here. Okay, so first this is what my first row. Okay, so similarly this is my second row. Okay, similarly this is my second row. Let me explain by using comment line. Comment line is for user understanding purpose, right? Now this is my third row. Similarly this is my fourth row. Similarly this is my fifth row. Okay. Now let me show you. In first row, this is my first row, right? In first row I have 6 datas. So let me open and close 6 TD tags. Okay, see, let me open and close 6 TD tags. I opened 6 TD tags, I close here. Okay, I coded in first cell 1. Next you can see mixi. Next quantity is 1, right? Next, fourth cell is allocated to code this particular value, 2978. Okay. Next, fifth cell is GST, right? 147 rupees is GST for this particular mixie. Total amount is 3125. So this is what first row. Similarly, for second row, you can see 2, grinder, 1, 6180, 395, and 6575. Okay, I coded these 6 datas here. Similarly, for third row also, I here you can see first cell is dedicated to code the number 3. I am coding here. Next, ceiling fan. Next, quantity is 3. Okay, quantity is 3. Next, taxable value is 6000. GST percentage is 300. Total amount is 6300. Okay, next, here, fourth row. Similarly, I'm coding for fourth row also. 4, iron box. Third cell is dedicated to code 1. Fourth cell is dedicated to code 9, 10. Next, 65 and 975, right? Here you can see 65 and 975. Next, fifth row. In fifth row, first cell 5, second cell emergency light, third cell 1, okay, fourth cell 2085, okay, 2085, fifth cell 140, and sixth cell 2225. Okay, so this may be some approximate amount. Okay, now we coded body section also. Okay, now finally footer section is pending, right? So between the opening tag and closing tag of TFoot, we are going to code this. I have only one row in the footer section, so I just opened only one TR tag and I'm closing it over here. Okay, here I'm having two datas, okay, two headings, total and this particular value, right? So let me open two TH tag over here. Let me close it. Okay, so total and that particular amount 19,200. Okay, now total should occupy 5 columns, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let me specify call span is equal to 5. Okay, so if you code like this, and if you see your browser, the output will be like this. Okay, so hope you have coded successfully. That's all for today's video. Okay, uh, let me close these files. That's all for today's video. I hope I completed my agenda for today. We discussed THead, TBody and TFoot tags, and we discussed the deprecated attributes and tables. We coded one exercise. Okay. So thank you so much for your patience listening. If this video is useful to you, kindly subscribe my channel and click the bell icon. If this video is useful to you, please click the like button. Share this video to your friends and relatives, those who are interested to learn HTML or those who interested to become a web developer. Thank you so much for your patience listening. If you feel if you feel any difficulties, or if you have any suggestions uh, regarding this session, or if you have any doubts regarding this video, you can ping me in the comment section, or you can mail me personally. My mail ID is in the description box. Okay, let me wind up my session. Thank you so much. See you all in my next video. In next video, we are going to discuss the concept of forms. So see you all in my next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care.